Sanibonani sinimukele kwi-Daily Thetha kulesibili namhlanje and isihloko sobe sisithinta kakhulu ke igama langu Kini Shandu ifuma ukwazi lapha ekhaya siyabingelela but isihloko sikhuluma ngaso namhlanje kwi-Daily Thetha sikhuluma about HIV actually ngama-90s abantu abaningi bebeyisaba bethatha njengesilwane but mawuthi uyabuka manje 2017 abantu abasha ngathi abasayisabe sifuna ukuza kuwena ekhaya ukuthi iziphi izizathu zalokho because there was a study that was done by i-Right to Care at 52% of abantu abasha from the age of 15 to 24 abayenza ucansi ngo-2016 abayisebenzisanga i-condom kakhulukazi ey'ndaweni esemakhaya. Is it because asayisabi HIV or khona mhlawumbe isizathu salokho? Give us a call, let's talk about this.
Okay, Kini, nakalina ke Tumelo. Mothotoane. Thank you so much for joining us, South Africa. We're touching on a very, very sensitive yet prevalent issue in South Africa. Young people in South Africa were infected by HIV, and a total of 320,000 young people between the ages of 10 and 19 are recorded to be living with HIV. So, have we normalized HIV to a point whereby it's just like any other chronic disease, and about they don't feel a need anymore? We want to hear from you. As Kini mentioned, social media, Twitter and Facebook, we are active.
You need to accept your status if you're HIV positive, accept it. But now, abantu accept it to a point where they don't even scared. Why? Let's talk about it. Let's find out from you at home. Audience to see abantu batini about this. Asai sabi na HIV/AIDS or because I think studies are about abantu abalinganiselwa almost like 52% of abantu abasha bayenze sex in 2016 without using a condom. Something.
Yeah, it's a lot. And while even preparing for the show, I mean, they don't feel a need to carry condoms. Yep. It's like embarrassing. Or no, I don't have to carry condoms. Only the guy must carry the condoms. Responsibility. So where do we draw the line? Are we not so scared of HIV the way or is it a disease or a chronic illness? There's nothing to be fearful of. So I'm telling our studio audience members, Tumelo. Hey guys. Can you just please pass the mic, Clement? I just wanted to ask, the lady in blue, how and if young people in South Africa are being irresponsible to a point whereby have such contract AIDS because they know, or HIV rather, because there's medication and treatment for it.
Okay, Tumelo. Hello, Tumelo. My name is Sadie Brown. I'm 22 years, and I have been living with HIV. I am living with HIV.
Yes.
Young people are HIV. We are now at a point where it's just HIV and so they just feel like we've grown to a point where we're just so ignorant about it. Just because it doesn't mean that it's easy on them. Yes, they can live with it, but it's really not easy. So it's better to avoid getting infected than no, even if Lanka infected, I know that there's ARVs or whatever.
Because most of the times, even when they fall pregnant or when a young couple is pregnant, or when they've engaged in unprotected sex, what are more about the pregnancy than going to test for HIV? Where do you think that mentality comes from?
I think it comes from the fact that as young people, so obviously with pregnancy, it shows. It shows. And then with HIV, you can go for years. HIV. Also because HIV, we as people, we like giving it a face, So, and then you just feel like negative, only to find out no or positive.
That's a very valid point to me. You'll find abantu besilisa onokhlala nabo ulalele nje bayabekutshela ukuthi abantu abasiningi abesifazana othandana nabo akasabi kangaka ukuba ukuthi alokuzana HIV positive but usabe ukukhulelwa because sometimes umtshela ukuthi yazini I don't have condoms. No, it's fine. I'll take morning after pills. So kubuya ngathi abantu abaningi ngathi abasasaba. But let's find out from the audience this side as well. Mfethu awusinikeze igama lakho nanokuthi usitshele ukuthi do you think HIV sesinormalize ngalendlela ukuthi manje ayisasabisi and abasenendaba kakhulukazi abantu abasha ngayo?
Hi, my name is Katleo, and my view about HIV is that most youth like they view HIV as just a disease, but it's not just a disease. Okay, I am HIV positive, they'll give you that look, but it's good that you tell them that you are HIV positive so that they know your status. because when they don't know your status, and let's say you get married to someone, then they're gonna be surprised that you're HIV. They're gonna think that you're cheating on her, and by then you're not. You were born with it. So I think it's good that you tell your friends and your peers that if you are HIV positive or not, because it could also affect them, because maybe they're just those friends that want to be around you.
To me, let me go to you, my lady. Uzonginika igama lakho nje mase uyangitshela ngifuna ukubuza umbuzo uthi uyayisaba HIV njengamanje 2017. Are you really that scared?
Not really. I'm no longer that scared because I know that even though it's not cured or it can't get cured, but like it can be iyakwazi ukuthi imanage. Yeah. Like so, it's not something owazi ukuthi ngakubulala.
So sometimes nje awusabi ngaleyo ndlela, even if your boyfriend ethi ama-condom akanawo, it's fine because
that's not fine because it's not something engithi ngiyayifuna. Yes, yona angeke ngithi ngiyayisaba as a disease, but akusinto engizothi into engilandelelayo engithi ngiyayifuna. Like, so without the condoms there's no sex.
I wanted to also know, please pass on the mic, maybe you would say also, there's still a lot of stigma associated, you know, they are living with HIV. Like, you know, Sadie said, we put a face to it. Automatically, without even knowing the truth, from HIV. Or when you think somebody healthy. Why do you think there's still so much stigma in 2017, even when we have the information? HIV and AIDS,
Okay. Well, from my point of view, okay, now like disease lena, say I can manage even though it can't be cured. Yes, I am HIV positive. Yes, and yes, I told my mom. But then yes, I put my place and stuff like that. But then my one amount to start in ahamba. But then I was this person is HIV positive because why we have my police that now. And even though manga cured, but then I can't say about that disease, you know. And then isn't there any change like that because most people used to die because I'm a ARVs what so now people bebafa. So things have changed these days.
But now it's 2017, 2016, not in the 90s. Abantu mawatshela ukuthi HIV positive. Do you think the reaction is afana back then or now, or it's like
Okay, well, for me, taking experience, right? Well, school in Mangchela, Botisha Bam, they're really shocked because Mangwan is like that kind of person, or very bubbly in this level. But then Mangchela, okay, Mangchela close to me, guys, I'm HIV positive. I want my thoughts as in a joke. How come HIV positive? Because like our gay is like HIV positive. So I think right now, I want Konamanya says like this is just a disease in this and then Konamanya like Thetha and then umuntu mamcho testing I'm HIV positive. Lomuntu lo like balega and stuff like that. Maybe uzomtell or something like that because I got been info this disease can be measured even though it can't be cured.
We'll be talking more about it, of course, as we continue with our program. Let's go to social media about topic. We have a Facebook post there by Linda Tolo or a Daily Thetha. I have a cousin who was born HIV positive, I understand. She's intelligent, we accepted her status and we love her. I think acceptance in our community is important. That's what Ulinda is trying to say. I mean, family support is important. The education for our communities. Because and that thing, why am I different? But we'll be talking about that all and more later, our guests. When we come back, we meet Clement Ntuli.
Namanje kusesenjalo isathusi ngendlela engibona ngami ne-HIV iWest ichaphake kakhulu than ngalesikhathi sakudala beyikhona kodwa ayingalendlela engakhona manje.
HIV kuqala bengathusi because ngoba yayingekho ngoba abantu abaningi bangasebenzisi protection kodwa manje ngoba intsha yamanje sebasebenzisa manje protection nama ARVs baphuza ama ARVs ukuze bazokwazi ukuphila isikhathi eside yabo. Yeah.
Well, Ilibelichi Daily Thetha, about HIV and how it's affecting young people in South Africa. The statistics show 320,000 young people between the ages of 10 and 19 are living with HIV in South Africa. And because it is manageable, treatment, it's no longer a death sentence. Back in the 80s and 90s when it first broke out in South Africa. But you can always send us your voice notes on 0860-679-6835. About topic. So let's go to our very first voice note. Or something on WhatsApp.
Yeah, HIV, yes, just that in the youth nowadays, as kabang, whenever, like, like, a condom, like, we are cause. I don't know how it just happens. Then you will think after, there's a virus called an HIV. So it's really hard. And as kabang. But see, after against whatever without the condom. So, if you are missing, I HIV.
All right, Naledi. Actually, Naledi was listening because I could hear my voice.
Yes.
I guess maybe if I like the sound of my voice, but I could hear us talking. So it shows that you're listening and you understood the topic. But thank you so much, Naledi.
As well, do you have also Ntombenhle about this? Ntombenhle?
Igama lami nguNtombenhle. Mina ngicabanga ukuthi abantu HIV abasasabi ngoba vele sebeyazi ukuthi akhona ama-ARVs and abantu futhi sebeyakhona ukuthi basupporteke, so nje abasabi excluded, bayakwamukeleka nje kwi-community and awusakwazi ukubona umuntu one-HIV because ama-ARVs bayawathatha and kuyaphileka nje kahle.
Yo. As well. But on the couch we do have Clement Ntuli. Welcome to Daily Thetha. You know what? I just a voice note la abantu abasha bekhuluma ukuthi i-condom iyakhohlakala, especially man say bedroom nomuntu othandana naye. And you told when you were 20 years ukuthi you are HIV positive, and then 22 years later kwaba khona isikhathi lapho walala khona nomuntu without i-condom now yakhohlakala or uhlezi conscious ngaso ngesikhathi.
Angithi kuyiqiniso ukuthi lento icishe ifana nenkululeko, the moment usuthola ukuthi usuthola inkululeko yize kade ucindezelekile, you tend to actually at times ukuthi misuse leyo nkululeko. It's the very same thing with into yenzakala when it comes to ama-ARVs njengamanje ne-HIV. Abantu, the mere fact that they understand ukuthi khona ama-ARVs, they take it for granted. Base namagats abo bawadedela kalula. So abantu kufanele baqikelele ukuthi ukuphila ne-HIV, it's been 22 years. And I cannot say ukuthi mhlambe ngathi I've mastered wonke ama-challenges akhona. People need to note, njoba desho says, there are a lot of challenges of plan HIV. It's not about physical pain. It's about mental parts. It's your mind. It's everything. It's all about being in a relationship. Because some people, I get a lot of inboxes, people saying, hey, I'm struggling to actually find a partner because I'm HIV. All of those things, they need to consider that. So they mustn't just accept the fact that they are ARVs and they must just behave in any way.
That they want.
Yes, it is.
But let's go back to 22 years ago.
22 years, yes.
When you found out, Hore, you were infected in HIV.
Yes.
What happened? How did you find out? And where was the error? Did you get counseling with women as well?
Actually, it wasn't waiting God test. I donate because I was just donating blood. And I donated because in 1995. And then in 1996, I told him that we office in. And then without any pre-counseling or post-counseling, they told me, Clement, we cannot take your blood anymore because you are HIV positive. That was traumatic. Especially because, I was 20 years, turning 21. So it was traumatic because the only thing I was HIV back then, 1996, ile billboard ndilikhulu.
SABC.
Elabhala ngamagama amakhulu ukuthi AIDS kills, prevent HIV. So I knew ukuthi shosho ngihamba. West party ke ama-ARVs ke kwangakhulula nhlobo nje ngawo. So you could imagine, I remember ngibuyela e-reservoir city ngizama ukufunda inyembe zalokho eziphumelele zazilokho because it was that traumatic. And how I wish people can still view HIV as into enjalo, even though sizama ukubafundisa ukuthi actually it's manageable na yonke into, but they need to have that element of fearing it to an extent ukuthi they prevent themselves from getting it.
Do you think uthi because now we don't have ama-billboards afana nalawa aqala hayi SABC kwesikhathi ubonokubona umuntu elele embhedeni ubone ukuthi even ungena e-hospital ubona ama-boards akhona yo except do you think uthi lokho kokusebenza kakhulu unlike ama-billboards esiwabona njengamanje ukuthi you just accept it and stuff like that?
La ma-billboards ngathi ayemambi because to an extent I faka ne negative perception about HIV. However, these days we need to balance the way that we share education nabantu. Sibalance ngale ndlela ukuthi we don't just say to them, ukhululekani manje yonke into right, but we need to actually say to them, if you happen to get it, you can look at it as claimant and be encouraged, but do your best not to get it because you are not too sure how it's going to hit you.
Absolutely. Well, Gunali is saying prevention is better than cure, and I suppose we're going to Fela Galerato, all the way from Randfontein, you're on the line. Welcome to Daily Thetha.
Hello, how are you?
Okay, Rono Galerato.
I'm fine, thank you. I actually have an experience because this is whereby my aunt was living with HIV and she didn't even tell us that she had the disease. Then at a point, she was very close to me, very, very close. I actually found out that she was in hospital when I was going to visit my uncle who had a broken ankle. Then my uncle whereby told me that I should go visit my aunt at ward number Mang because she was there because of the disease. So when I got there, my family told me that she went on a vacation. They didn't bother to tell me that she was sick or whatsoever. So when I got there, I got a person with pale fingers, a very skinny neck. She was very, very skinny, and I was actually scared to death. So she actually asked me to pull her up, to sit her up. And I was very scared to such an extent that I cried. I burst into tears. I even asked the nurse to come and help me because I couldn't handle it.
Sure, Lerato. And I think with family members, I also feel it's a lot that are experiencing what you're going through. But how about even to disclose to their own family members, maybe because they don't want you to also be associated with stigma, say, or to never look at them differently.
No, but then I still blame my family for not telling me because if they had educated me about such a disease, maybe I would have avoided situations such as teenage pregnancy because I know that I should have known that there was a disease named HIV and AIDS. Not that I have one, but I'm just saying that I blame them for not letting me know that she had a disease and the outcomes of it. And I could have avoided things such as teenage pregnancy and being around boys and everything.
All right.
So when I eventually asked her what was wrong, then she told me that she was HIV positive. And even now, I can't handle being in the same room with a person who's HIV because it just gives me the constant reminder of people with HIV. This is how they die. This is how they live. It's just a traumatic measure for me. And
sure, Ferato. I'm very sorry to hear that, and I'm hoping you'd still be supportive. You know, because she is alive. You're blessed to still have in your life. And Oscar in the same room, like you said, you expected the same education and knowledge from your family. This is the time now to get in touch with her, and mend your relationship. But let's just hold it right there for now, Papa Chong. And when we come back, we talk to other young people. They were born with HIV, and we found out.
Yazi mathatha ukubheka lokhu yakudala ne abantu ama treatment bebangawasebenzisa bona lokhu yakudala abantu bebayenza shushuthi ukuthi bayenzele ukuthi bafakele nabanye abantu yabona HIV so manje hayi sekungcono kakhulu because abantu sebayakwazi ukuthi basebenzise kahle treatment yabo yabona.
Back then, treatment to banal HIV, it was quite more different than now, because nakwele in the old times, when you had HIV, you now share snags, like you had a contagious disease, like whenever you got into contact with them, and then learn not to but now it's more acceptable because people were a lot more about HIV and AIDS than before.
Because abantu abaningi bebafihla basabuye eclinic yolanda ama treatment because bacamtha abantu bazothini bebenendaba nabantu ekucaleni manje abasanandaba seba free because sekukhona like a take treatment action campaign iyanqeda in big influence kubantu abane HIV na bayakhona ukuthi baye maybe ema clinic bayalanda treatment bakwazi ukuzinakekele.
Lesikhathi sakudala abantu bayibona kuyihlazo ngoba bokuthiwa nje hayi umkhonyana wakhe uyazenza lapha eGoli yabo. Manje abantu ngapha sebayakhuluma nje ukuthi nginele sifo lesingculazi bese ahamba emtholampilo athola amayeza wakhe vele athatha medication vele bakamama angakutshela ukuthi vele unayo ingculazi ngamphikisi ngoba kudala bowuthi umuntu makayehla vele uthi hallo uyahamba ilento vele makamanje abonke basidudla ba right shem ngasho ukuthi hayi akanaso lesifo lesingculazi ngoba uthatha medication yakhe vele.
Since we guest yarena phela ugela une information, you know, we're supposed to invite her to come tell us what's going on, but you're still watching Daily Thetha, and we are talking about the prevalence of HIV infections amongst young people. But I think another thing interesting, we never stop to think HIV is not only associated with unprotected sex or it's sexually transmitted. They're young, but they were actually born with it.
As far as from you, about the topic, give us a call 011-339-1315. Let's go to Enyoni Kahlela eNewcastle. Sizi. Ngikhona njani wena baba?
Ngiyaphila njani for Shandu no sis lapha estudio.
Hi Sizi.
Kuqonde kwaze kwatshela.
Mina ngicela nje ukuthi ngisekele jikayo mfethu. Mina ngicela nje ukuncoma improvement when it comes to ama counseling yabo la lo asebenza kuma VCT. So it's a lot of improvement. Ngoba unganotice ingculaza kaBisatshwa. Not manje islota abasayisami bayayifuna but sekuyinto esikhona ukuxoxa ngayo yabona sesamukelile. Uyabo so mina ngibona nje ukuthi South Africa is done well lapho kuma counseling ngoba abantu sebeyamukela sekhona lokho ukucwasana ukuthi umuntu onengculaza sekumele sihambisane ngesipuni sakhe sekumele singashare ingubo so sesiyazi ngayo sesifundisiwe ngayo uyabona nje mina mangakutshela la eNewcastle ngiku tax industry ne sekuna la ukhona uzobona khona amajita anegama bathini bazokhala United so that shows ukuthi labantu sebamukelile so noma sengitholile ukuthi ngine HIV masiye clinic we go together and then kuyaxoxa
so bazibiza ngani bathini igama le group ibazokhala United
igama le team yabo bathi bazokhala United yayibona ukuthi bazokhala United
amandla
hayi siyabonga msisi
shows ukuthi kwethu abantu sebafundisiwe sebamukelile ukuthi mawusuna lento just go and collect amaphilisi uzophila ngoba manje uzobalekela ukuthatha i-treatment egcineni ungcwatshwa abantu abadla amaphilisi that's it.
Hayi siyezwa kakhulu mfethu siyabonga kakhulu Msizi about comment yakho ukuthi into ebalekile nakho konke ukwamukela and then eNewcastle apparently namajita abathi bazokhala United so which means mase beshonile bazokhala ndawonye bazokhalisana.
But I like the fact it breaks down the stigma when people view other people but they want to be together
and you know indane zamakhadi esho Msizi ukuthi na kwakuba nesimo whereby ngempela kuze ifamily ithi uba nespoon sakho iba nongulbo yakho bakucwase nje ucwaseke nje ngendlela exakile but namhlanje so sikhuluma about into kwayisho Duma ukuthi na kwesisikhathi siyasibuka ukuthi okay wasuleleka kanjani. What about abantu ngempela who were born HIV?
Absolutely. Well, we're joined by those ladies, Renali, Sadie Brownlee, Nora Mate. Welcome to Daily Thetha. I mean, like we mentioned before, usually there's perception that HIV is contracted sexually. And, at times when you disclose either to your friends or maybe if the public in knowledge already about too much, there's something wrong. But you ladies were born with HIV. And tell us what happened. How did you find out? And how did you deal with the information that we received?
Okay, so
I found out at the age of 14. Ne? I was in grade 10 at the time. So it was around June. There was a youth day event that my school was invited to. So Kini one of the learners who were chosen to go represent the school at the event.
Okay.
We get there. It was nice. There were people who were performing and everything. And then there were people who were doing testings, HIV testings and counselings. So they were like, okay, this is who we are. This is what we do. If you'd like to come have an HIV test, you can come through.
Okay.
I innocently went there because obviously at 14, I'm not even dating. I'm virgin. I'm like, because I also had that perception that HIV is sexually transmitted. Right. So I just went there, man. Just I get in there and they're like, okay, Sadie, you're HIV positive, and I could not understand how. The first question I asked that lady was how, because I could not understand how she was saying that I was HIV positive. You understand?
So did you go back home and
I went back home. I couldn't tell my aunt because I was so confused as to how I got this virus. And I was scared that immediately when I tell her, she was going to be like, where did you get it from? And I don't even know where I got it from. So I didn't know how to explain it. And then I ended up staying for about 5-6 months without talking about it, without saying anything to anyone. Without even crying about it. I was just leaving Jay. And then towards December, because a week or two after finding out, because I needed a distraction, I joined a drama club. So it was drama school. I didn't have time to be thinking about HIV because it was drama school. After that, it's late. I
can imagine you were also young.
I was also very
10.
young. So obviously, I get it towards December. It's AIDS Awareness Month. So we started doing plays and poems surrounding HIV. At the drama club. So that's when it kind of came back again. But then at that time, I couldn't now deal with it because now at the same place where I tried to escape it, it was there.
It was still there in your face.
Exactly. So I ended up telling my my previous teacher. I sent her an SMS and I told her. And then she took me home. We told my aunt. And she's the one who said, okay, I knew about your parents. I didn't know about you. We went to the local clinic to just have a second opinion. And obviously, as a kid, I hear second opinion. I'm like, maybe I'm going to be negative this time.
Fine. Overnight, Kanti.
I go there and it's still the same results.
Thando isitori sakho senzima kakhulu and sadabukisa futhi at the same time, but I'm glad ukuthi sithola umuntu njengawo ukwazi ukuthi ebe vocal and afundisa nabanye abantu, especially abasha esikhathini esiphumayo. Engizokubona Nora wena ngathi as a teenager impilo yakho iba nevuvaba eziningi ezenzakalele. Can you please share nje ezinye zazo odlule kuzona?
I was born HIV positive and I was always sick in and out of hospital, and by the time I was 5 years, I remember lying on the hospital bed and the doctor just said to my mother, we've done everything we can, she will not live anymore. And they say at that time when the doctor left, I prayed and I said, God, you can take me grade 1 and go to school. And then after that, so I prayed. So that thing always ate me that, okay, I will die. And when I was around grade 3, I started on treatment. And the only thing that motivated me to stay on treatment is that I saw my mother die, like getting to a skeleton on the deathbed. And it kept me going that I'll take these pills. I don't want to be like they. I don't want to have that painful death. And then as life went by, when I thought, okay, I'm fine, I've taken my medication, I'm fine now, I got raped. And that's where everything just... I blamed God and I said, God, this is personal between me and you. First of all, you blessed me with this HIV at birth. And then now when I think everything is fine, I get raped. But luckily, when I was raped, I was 17. So it was just too much for me. And growing up before even the rape, there was so much stigma that I didn't have friends. People wouldn't even touch our gate. And when you're passing, they'll be like, oh, shame. Oh, shame, shame. So all those things affected me and I became a person that isolated themselves from people because I didn't want that shame thing. Later on in life, after rape, I joined organizations that deal with HIV and help young people, support groups, and that's when I become better. I joined the Treatment Action Campaign, and now I'm the voice of young people.
Wow, that's an amazing story.
Well, uyazwela ke lapha ekhaya and basidlalela nje abantu abasha ukuthi isimo sinjani. But after this uzobufana ngathi ngempela ukuthi ama campaigns la khona ayasiza nanokuthi khona nomehluko awenza emphakathini. Find out after this.
I think the campaign that we can do, like to prevent this HIV awareness thing, is that rather more campaigns, get teenagers to get tested in high schools, in our communities, so that they know their status. When dating a partner, take your partner to the clinic, go test, and take condoms, go to clinicking.
The things it's about the condoms, body, what. Kena na urna zangla consult about babats most of the time, because kini projects are killing from other countries, another maybe regions, but now deep mona azangela watchula babuta or what do you want to stop the spread of HIV and AIDS?
Doing it yourself. So if ever mutaba check their status for HIV and AIDS, family by kids it's behind that closed doors. I think in we got to so then live something yana as a collateral or what we choose.
A company engcono ezonceda ungaspread HIV and AIDS i-Love Life, just because ekukhuleni kwethu besitishwa ngayo. Even now njengoba nemngaka I know more about HIV and AIDS and angisayisabi, so banditsha ndazi broad like ngoku angisayazi bayayaphi lo campaign. I think if ingabuya ingakhulisa ulutsha, like ingafundisa ulutsha bakhula abantwana abancinci.
Well, we are talking about young people they're living with HIV, and some they were born with it and actually got to understand some of the challenges through from finding out they were born with HIV to how they've turned around and become voices for young people or educate more about HIV and AIDS. We're joined by Lebrang Mutsumo Ochwang from an organization Brothers for Life. Hi Lebrang.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well, thanks. Brother, I'm a brother for life. That's the first thing that's like
brother for life. No, I can brother. No, I'm not a brother, far from it. No, but I think just for clarity purposes, I come from Center for Communication Impact, which houses Brothers for Life and Mzansi.
Okay,
and I'm sure you've seen Mzansi and Brothers for Life.
Yes.
So Brothers for Life is just a campaign run under Center for Communication Impact. We use strategic communication for the well-being of South Africans. We've done Cha-Cha, we've done Intersections, we have done the Zing advert, the latest MMC advert, if you've seen on TV, it comes from that organization.
That's amazing. You did amazing at Intersections. It was actually on SABC and it
got can't take the credit because I'm very new.
No, you were
they
part
did
of
amazing.
Oh,
you were not there. Okay.
But I'm about our topic today and offline about the languaging, being HIV positive and living with HIV. Getting difference.
I think for me personally, however moto HIV positive, they are HIV positive, and you are not HIV positive. You are living with it. It lives within your bloodstream. When you are not it, like you are black, you are not living with black. You are living with HIV. You must see you are HIV positive. That means the person is HIV positive and the person is not HIV positive. They are living with the virus. And for me, it makes a huge difference in terms of stigma and so forth.
Can you share your story when uzobelana nje kwikhatshi namhlanje kwenzakale kanjani and just in short
So I was infected way back when I was 17 and I've been to my deathbed and back and here I am. Like I was infected because of ignorance, of course, because I thought saying HIV is not for us, it's for them. Because of how it was communicated. Because every time you would see about HIV, it was always people that were somewhat poor, So it never related to my lifestyle as growing up in the suburbs, whatever the case is. So I thought I was very superior. And I guess that's what young people feel these days. They feel they are superior to the virus because it does not relate to their surroundings.
I don't know, you said and we also find life orientation teachers trying to teach us. Did you ever get education? I mean, yes, no, but I'm sure there was some sort of awareness campaigns and teachers talking to you about it. Did that help? Was it effective?
I did LO. It was not as effective because when I was taught LO, it was like, no, you must know what HIV stands for, how you get contracted by HIV. It was not comprehensive, Hence, we are fighting Uguti is systems to change life orientation. We need comprehensive sexuality education. We're not taught about sexuality. It needs to go that deep. Understanding my sexuality as a person, talking about sex, because sex is a taboo. And that's why we're still struggling with HIV, because sex is a taboo and we get infected via sex, you know, and if we're not comfortable with our sexuality and talking about sex, we can never win the fight against HIV.
Anything for to me is that I'm a campaign last now. There is a Brother for Life, a campaign now. Are effective now? Or you just see a nice advert and you're like, oh, this was a nice advert. There was a zing, and people buy truly zing sometimes. Zing, but do you really understand what does that mean? I don't know. Let me come to you, my brother. Do you think I'm a campaigns la corner and advertisement just wabona ayawenza umehluko kuthina khona into asifundisa njengabantu?
Sanibonani, igama lami ngozipho. Like ama-campaign vele ayasiza most of the times if you understand mawumuntu. Like me, I'm from a Palm Ridge, and I'm a SRH leader. Shooting at abo minier, like sometimes I teach ALO. Yabo guthi ngincedisa ukuthi ba understand ukuthi like mawugogo ne you want to tell umntana omncane ukuthi condom lesebenza kanjani yabo. So as us leaders, like ama campaign like bathatha like as a youth, like bayabathatha bababeke endaweni ukuthi okay shoot nina nifisana nento ezikanje yabo, then they will be able ukuthi bakhulume nabantwana besikolo ba understand this thing imina.
And I think you're right, because sometimes a certain educational element like about, you know, HIV and AIDS from Mutomogolo, you're like, lecture here. You was like, hey, but when it comes from somebody, your peer, you're like, okay, if Kini is talking about it, I need to also take it seriously.
Easy as well, some where you don't understand. Whereas some says I got with lecturing and then
they're actually saying something important. But for Lina Sedilino, I mean, are the campaigns or the programs that you're part of effective? Do they reach the ears of you're trying to target so they get the message?
At the Treatment Action Campaign, yes, we use peer-to-peer led campaigns whereby the young people are in the forefront and going to reach out to other young people. But apart from that, there are other campaigns that are good on paper, but when it comes to implementation, dololo. We have Ushi Conquers that we always see conquering on billboards in events. And when you go to election, no one knows about Ushi Conquers. And young people need to be there up front leading, not young people being the behind the scenes and the old people are conquering. It can't be true.
Still on that, if when we were opening the shows, a study was done by Right 2K, 52% of abantu abasha from the age of 15 to 24 abayenza sex ngizolibeka kanjalo ngithi abayenza sex ngo-2016 abayisebenzisanga icondom emakhaya. Why do you think sisena leyo nkinga namanje 2017 whereby ukuthi the whole year abantu abayisebenzisa icondom? Maybe said
I think as for girls have this thing that, okay, I can't be seen carrying condoms because I'm gonna be seen as moto papang, you know, how to read the condoms. And then for young people who are living with HIV but are still who have not yet disclosed, they get to a point where they get scared of even saying, let's use a condom, because they know that you're going to be like, why? You know? What do you have to hide? So you just go with it. And it is hard, especially when you know that you're actually living with HIV. So it now gets very, very hard for you to even say, okay, can you please use condoms, especially if you have not yet disclosed because we can't ignore the fact that there are people who are not disclosing.
But machita melenza something, you know, ukuthi abantu besifazana sebeze bayasaba ngempela ukuthi akutshenge ngathi sebenzisana icondom because uyasaba ukuthi uzombuza imizini eminingi uzama ukuprotect. There's so much machita, please niyasiphoxa man.
But let's go to the right-hand side and just perhaps ask, Jorge, why is it in 2017, Jorge, still young people have used the condom? My brother, come on,
Samgelo. Well, I think like 2017, like even the influence, like around the things we listen to, the music, like it's nothing positive to make you like think and about what is in the grand. You just act, you just do. So you don't have to think, you just have to act.
And do you also think maybe young people have this misconception, HIV and AIDS an adult thing? Because it's only for people that have been in the game for 20 years. I mean, I'm only starting now, so there's no way I can just start now and then bear risk.
Well, like the youth is very ignorant. Like, so it's on some, like, even when they're having sex, like, they rather, like, even when they're having sex, they rather, like, come outside just because they're preventing pregnancy instead of preventing HIV. Like, I think.
Oh, Angizokwena my sister. Sizobuya kuwena ngifuna ukuza kuwena ukuthi njengomuntu wesifazane usakubona kuyihlazo yini ukuthenga ama condoms but siyabuya kuwena njengamanje now at home as well sizumbono wakho about ihlelo namhlanje asameni se break in siyabuya.
Welcome back, Livelity Daily Thetha. We're almost at the end of our program, but not before we get our final parting shots from the guest Stanley studio audience members. Or how do we move forward and ensure we have less numbers in terms of the statistics infected by HIV. But more importantly, the education element. How do we make our awareness campaigns more effective?
And then you just say as well, abantu besifazane basana leyo nkinga ekuthenini abanye babo not bonke basasaba ukuthi baphatha ama condom into ezobavikela just because ukuthi upartner wami uzongibuka kanjani kuzoba ngathi manje hayibo as umuntu wesifazane hayi switching active ngalendlela exakile. My sister, let me come to you. Ubani igama and ungomunye abantu besifazane obona ukuthi kuyihlazo ukuthi uphatha ama condom especially mayo vashela upartner wakho.
Okay, igama lami nguTenele ngamathebula. Mina into lengiyadiko nje like eqinisweni nje. Infomatane seyiphethe ama condom like now okay, especially siqale banganini bakho. I'll feel comfortable but kama ukuthi wena shothi you sexual active wherever you go you are ready for sex. Let me say boyfriend just call you. Akasho ukuthi you're going to have sex. Just call you and when you have a condom, understand? It means shothi wena wherever you go you are ready ukuthi can have sex.
But what happens if maybe you get to your partner's house and Lena had condoms, then are you at his mercy? Aren't you vulnerable? Or then you'll just injure because no dependa ko ena khora athora condom.
You know, iproblem yethu sine amantombazane ne. Sifuna ukuplease umuntu wethu. Yabona makathi umuntu wami I mean condom angisifuni because maybe I don't feel right condom icon. You understand? No, flesh to flesh. Nankala mina ngithi uzoba like what we are cheater or something. I want to prove myself. Or okay, I used to have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
This guy, I don't know ukuthi ukanjani. You tell me ukuthi yena igazi lakhe it's type O.
Blood
O, I don't get positive. It means if ufuna protect, it means wena. It means you are cheating, you have it. So mina vela I don't have it.
South Africa. Yo.
So for that, bowulala naye ngaphandle kwe condom just because akutshela ukuthi yena ngeke azakwazi ukuthi abe HIV positive because uno blood type O.
Yeah.
Let's get Clement to comment as well. Clement, what do you make of such a comment? You know, a guy will, or maybe even girls, young people. All these myths that are not necessarily maybe true.
Yeah, I think women need to be empowered to really understand ukuthi HIV as well as the power that they have. Don't put yourself in a relationship where you won't be able to negotiate condom use. Ungathathi ngokuthi umuntu wesilisa ngomuntu wesifazane I need to be submissive at all. This is your life. And you need to actually take control of it. And one of the ways of taking control of it is to make sure that ukuthi uma ngabe ukuthi you are engaged with sex, it will be at your own terms because it is your life.
Absolutely.
So in summing up yonke lento nje if ungakwazi ukunegotiate condom usage with relationship yakho which means anlingana. Okay.
All right then. Well, now the voice notes gonna be no ga ar ko ngoro tsapang o reng.
Hello, Kini and hello, Shandu. Na ke nagana gore batho ba matsatsana bana ba matsatsana a ba tshaba HIV ka lebaka la
Shandu ne
ke lebele tsa ba tshela ja di bluetooth wa tshela ja di drugs ke nagana gore a batho a ba sa tshaba HIV le ona bana ba le tabela ya gore ba e manage ka di ARVs e bona ke nagana gore ba tshaba jalo go swana le batho ba gana.
Okay. I don't recognize you. And on Peter Shandu, I don't recognize the honorable member at all.
Let's go to Slindile. Slindile.
Sanibonani studio, igama uSlindile from KZN. Mina ngizothi intsha yamanje ayisanandaba ne-HIV. Isibuka umuntu imjudge ngendlela abukeka ngayo. Kuhlangana nentombazane nje ipakishile yinhle wena nubonisa nje la angeke ngisebenzise protection because umuhle awucabanga ukuthi unayo kanti awazi ukuthi umuntu unayo and futhi kade abanayo so nje intsha ayimusa ukubheka umuntu ayisebenzise protection nje kuphela.
Qinisile Silindile angeke ngabona amajita ethi umuntu ingahlala lapha nje mfana uyabona nje uyabona ingahlala ukuyibuza uthi akuse manje mshuthini isigqoko nizokwazi ukubona ukuthi bathe izohlala mfana uyabona nawe lapha.
I know, yeah. But then moving forward, how do we demystify the myths that we see and find people saying all the time?
I think, of course, it's more education and being real and naked truth about HIV and the fact that it is a struggle to live with HIV. As much as we are here and we are positive, we've got our struggles. And I think we need to get to a point where we share the real struggles. I do that. You know, I tell people, you know what, today, I don't want to have HIV. Get sharp. You know, I don't want to because of whatever struggle. And I think we also need to start going and focusing on HIV prevention. There's so much happening around HIV prevention because the condom is very, it's not in the favor of the woman, it's in the favor of the man. Let's start looking at HIV preventions that will help young women to have that power because the condom, I can have power. The femidom, it's ugly, it's you, whatever, but we've got other interventions, we've got PrEP, we've got the Prevalence ring, which is coming up. Let's start talking about those things and see how women can have this within themselves to say, you know what, I've got this, I'm protecting myself, because it's not every time that a condom will be used.
Sari and Nora, Nina, and banga a chance whereby ukuthi mhlambe ukuthi ungazi protect and everything. You were born living with HIV/AIDS and HIV actually, sorry. And ngifuna ukwazi Nina, guys. Okay, I think I'm losing something here. Ngiyabonga kakhulu. Ngifuna ukwazi Nina, guys, from umuntu on a choice njengamanje. What message ongayithumela yena, especially intsha esemakhaya ukuthi this is what you need to do or need to know.
I would like to say to the young women especially, because I find that most young women tend to get to a point in their lives where they feel like they're at the mercy of these men that they're in relationships with. So it's 2017, guys. We know that HIV is there. We know that HIV is not just a virus for or people who are not educated. It can affect and it can infect anyone. Anyone can get the virus. So we know these things. We just need to get to a point where we just become real about it. I mean, it's HIV. And if your boyfriend or your girlfriend, it's just so ignorant and is gonna be throwing around the cheating word or whatever, then okay, fine, they can leave. It's fine, it's okay.
It's your life.
Yeah.
All right, Nora, very briefly.
You know, I was shocked as I was sitting here, other young people saying they're scared of pregnancy more than HIV.
Yeah.
Statistics say that 2,500 young people are getting infected with HIV every week in South Africa. So that means we're being irresponsible. But going way forward, I think we need to sort of take this seriously. We can't get young people getting infected each and every week in this day and age. And our government needs to take us seriously as young people. They put in a policy that says they are allowing condoms in schools, but the condoms will be with the teachers and the principal, who will then go and ask for the condoms. So we need comprehensive sex education in schools. And we need them to take us seriously, just like they take any other thing.
All right, thank you so much, Nora. Well, thank you so much to all of you for joining us, and thanks for coming. We'll see you again tomorrow.